1 million years ago, superstition and poison ruled. It was the depth of darkness. It was the world of fear. It was the age of sea monsters. Stone by day, predators by night. They were betrayed by the humans they swore to protect, frozen in stone by a magic spell for 1 million years. But now here in the bay, the spell is broken and they swim again. They are guardians of the reef. They are sea monsters. Alright everybody, so this is going to be a short little video. So I'm going to get you guys started on a little small tank if you guys want to set one up. So make sure you just hit the fucking subscribe button and all that shit. So I recommend this little innovative marine aquarium. I think it's like a 3-gallon tank. I'll post the links to both the light and the aquarium below. This little 3-gallon aquarium looks pretty cool. It's made out of glass, and I recommend this tank over my tank because it's made out of glass and you won't scratch the tank easy. Also, what I like about this aquarium, it has a little lid on it, so that's pretty cool. All right, so one thing about all these stock lights is that you're gonna want to change it up. All the stock lights from any saltwater aquarium that people usually buy, usually they're not strong enough to grow the corals you're gonna want to have. There's different types of lightings. If you're more advanced, you could get a little AI prime and adjust all the colors. But if you're a beginner and you don't want to be worrying about all the coloration, just get a little KESSIL 880. All the colors or any of the light spectrum on it, it's able to grow coral. So that's really cool. All you got to do is just focus on the intensity. Honestly, this little light, I don't recommend it for tanks bigger than like 15 gallons, maybe 20 max. But for small little tanks like this, like a little 3-gallon or 2-gallon, like in my aquarium, I actually recommend it. All right, so if you look at my aquarium, basically I started off with the live rock or just a little base rock, or I don't know what you want to call it, but just dry rock from the ocean. There's also man-made rock that's a lot cheaper. I would probably go that route instead. I just had this rock laying around, so that's the one I used. For your rock, honestly, you don't need too much rock, but definitely, like I said, you want to have a rock structure that looks really cool and that you're not going to get tired of looking at. Set up a good rock structure, and you never want to change it. Always leave the rock structure how it is, and definitely, like I said, you never want to be moving things around. So over time, if you look at it carefully, my rock used to be really white and then now it's pretty much all purple. So that takes time. And honestly, if you have the right lighting and then you introduce the coralline to your aquarium, you should have a good healthy coralline growth like in about 3 to 6 months or so. Honestly guys, you don't need a lot of sand. You just need a thin layer just to make the tank look nice. But I honestly don't recommend to have sand, especially if you're a beginner. Sand's going to give you a lot of problems. Unless you're more advanced or you're going to keep certain fish that need a deep sand bed or certain critters, definitely avoid having a deep sand bed. Alright, so once you set up the aquarium, you're going to want to add your salt water. So what you want to do is just go online or just ask me and I can ship you some good salt. Like I said, this is the salt I use, so definitely contact me as I'll take care of your water chemistry. I'm pretty sure if you follow me, I won't let you down, and like I said, I'll guide you so you guys could actually be successful. Alright, so once you get the salt, you're going to want to open the bag and then just start mixing it up. It should dissolve pretty easy, and like I said, as long as your water chemistry is good, everything else is good. Alright, so once you get your little aquarium and you actually have it all set up, for like the first month or two, you're not really going to be doing any water changes. And then once you actually start doing water changes, you only want to change water maybe like once a month. Maybe twice a month if you have a heavily stocked aquarium. So one thing I do recommend is to gravel vac your aquarium. Get a little gravel vac and make sure you gravel vac the sand. There's going to be people that tell you not to gravel vac, but for small tanks, you definitely want to do that. Even for large aquariums, I always recommend it. When you do a water change, you never want to change more than 50% of the water, or also you don't want to be changing water constantly all the time. The reason why is because there's different types of bacterias and algae are actually beneficial for the aquarium. And if you're always doing water changes, you're constantly removing them and your corals are going to start stressing out. For a small little tank like this, you're not really going to be changing a lot of water because you're not going to have any fish or anything like that. So you're not going to be introducing food or anything that could change the chemistry of the water. There's going to be small details or small things that are going to be going wrong in your aquarium. Like I said, you might get algae growth or you might get some kind of pest in the aquarium. But when you first start, when you introduce your first coral or something like that, you're going to have a huge algae bloom. So I'm just letting you know that's something to expect, all right? All right, so all aquariums, they're gonna suffer like an algae problem. Like if you look at my little 14-gallon innovative marine or nouveau aquarium, it's pretty much having an algae problem. And like I said, it's pretty normal. So algae definitely kills your coral. I had that. I had a lot of corals that died on me because of algae. So definitely you want to maintain that and just have it growing at a healthy rate. A healthy rate is kind of like where your cleanup crew could eat the algae and your cleanup crew won't starve to death. If I didn't have the little cleanup crew, I'll definitely have a lot of algae that will start growing. And like I said, algae is always going to be a big problem, but for a small tank like this, just adding maybe like 5 to 10 hermit crabs and they'll handle all the work for you. My tank or any small tank like this, even the one I recommend, you're gonna have like a water flow problem. So you're gonna have corals that mostly like medium to low flow. Certain corals like these Montes, definitely you're gonna put them somewhere where the water's there's more water flow. This is one of my favorite corals that I have, and like I said, I'm gonna frag it up and then I'm gonna start putting it in my other aquarium once I get the algae under control. So if your corals are showing signs of stress or you cut them up or something, dip them in this solution using a little bit of your tank water, and like I said, it'll definitely help them heal up. I just focus on the iodine to disinfect the corals microbially, because you could add a certain coral into your aquarium and it could infect all the other corals inside of your tank, and vice versa. You could have some kind of pest that you don't know or an infection in your corals, and when you introduce a new coral, the new coral could easily get infected also. So definitely that's something I recommend, to get a little reef dip. This is the one I use. It's a little iodine based dip and it disinfects the corals and it helps them heal. And like I said, there's other coral dips that are used to remove different pests, but they're usually like some kind of pesticide or something like that. And you got to be real careful with these. All right, guys. So if you want your tank to look like mine, you're going to need a lot of time. And honestly, that's the only thing that you really need. These tanks take a lot of time to mature, and like this little tank, like I said, it's almost 2 years old, and for the most part this little tank would do pretty well for like a small little tank in your room or something, maybe even act as like a little night light or something like that. I run my tank light for about 12 hours, this little one. So like I said, this is pretty much a small overview of a small little aquarium and what to expect. But like I said, it's not until you actually get started that you're gonna know what's up and how things are actually gonna go for you. So even to this day, like I said, everybody struggles with their aquariums in some way. Personally, I like my little 2-gallon tank over my 14-gallon. It's a lot easier. It's pretty much mature. My tank's been running for almost 2 years. I'm gonna do a little 2-year update of this aquarium. But like I said, this video is just to show you guys or to help you guys get started. And like I said, all the links to the what's called the tank and the light, they're gonna be posted below. So just make sure you look at the video description and click on the links and get yourself started. And honestly, you're gonna run about maybe like $200 for the tank and the light, and another 50 bucks for the rock and the sand, and possibly your first coral. All right. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. And like I said, I'll see you next time. And make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notification, because I always go live just about every day. I manufacture salt and I try to provide it to everybody, and I show people how to keep saltwater animals or saltwater environments alive. If you live here in America, you could definitely get this product. And also I got other future products that involve freshwater and other ecosystems. But like I said, that's for a different topic, a different video. And like I said, my goal is to be able to ship my products worldwide. So like I said, if you live in a different part of the world, just give me some time and I'll figure something out. But that's pretty much it, guys. And like I said, I'll see you guys next time, and I'll make sure you catch me on the live. All right. So see ya. Thank you.